Welcome to another episode of It Comes with the Territory. I am your host, Rasan, and with me today is the man with the plan behind the cam, Amir.
We got pyro happening back here. It's just off screen, guys. You can't see it. Sorry.
Yeah, fireworks and all that shit. How we doing today, Amir?
We're doing all right. You know, I mean, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, though, hasn't it?
Oh, well, yeah, it definitely has. Before we get started today, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on YouTube. Send it to your mama. Send it to your mama's mama. Send it to your aunties. Send it to everybody. Send it to that bitch you don't like. Maybe she'll start liking you again. Send it to everybody. All right? So, today, I'll tell you where I've been. So, last week I was supposed to come out with an episode. Unfortunately for me, I got the vid. Unfortunately, I got COVID, guys. It was shit. It was sure enough shit. So let's start from the day. So during the weekend, last weekend, I went, hung out, I went to the movies. Everything was cool, but I did feel a little weird, but I was still like in and out. So I wasn't necessarily too sure how I would feel. Then Monday. So last Monday, I really started to feel pain. Like I was feeling weak, I was feeling tired, and I felt like a lot of back pain. And then the wife, shout out to the wife, she saw that I was like really not doing good, and she said, maybe you should take a COVID test. And I'm just like, I guess, because she had COVID a couple weeks ago, and then my in-laws had COVID months ago. So I'm just like, this shit can't be really going around the way it is. Sure enough, I had COVID. So that first day was hell. Hell on earth. Back hurting, stomach hurting, chest hurting. Everything was aching. And I wouldn't recommend that for anybody. Then the second day, it felt like the flu. It felt like just a lot of hot, cold, up, down, fever. It was just feeling like a lot of that. Now, luckily for me, I had some great medication. It's called Paxlovid. So I had to take that like in the morning and in the night. I took it like a couple days. By like Thursday, I felt so much better. I felt like back to normal. Luckily, and I would luckily tested negative. So yeah, it was tough. It was definitely a tough way. But in that time, I had time to literally like think of ideas and stuff like that, what I want to work on in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm happy to be healthy again, because that made me feel like utter shit. I really don't recommend anybody going through that. And unfortunately, COVID is going around. So what I will say is, people, please wear your mask. Please make sure that you're taking all your vitamins and your nutrients and stuff like that, because this shit is just coming back around. Like, the pandemic was hell when we went through it. And the way COVID is going around again, it's not for the faint at heart. It really isn't. So everybody should really, really be safe out here. Yeah, so take your vitamins, take your minerals. It's very important, because, yeah, like, I felt like shit. And I know people who may currently have COVID. It's a nightmare. And, I hope that everybody just stays healthy. But while I was away, apparently hell froze over. Just shit just went to shit. Apparently there was a rapture.
I
don't
missed
know.
it, ladies and gentlemen.
I
don't
also
know how
missed
that
it.
happened.
Yo, you want to know something crazy? So people were selling stuff for like the cheapest prices, like selling expensive things for the cheapest prices, because they thought the rapture was coming.
Damn.
Like, I was like, and on Facebook Marketplace, I was like, son, I could have gotten a new car or something.
How do those sellers feel right now? I have to ask.
I know they hurt. I know they mad. They big mad.
Maybe they got raptured and it doesn't
I
matter
heard some
to them.
people was even got free money, like money for free. Money for free. And I didn't have to do anything because the rapture was coming.
Well, you can't take it with you. So
You definitely can't take it with you, but still, we could have just took it from them. You know, so it's going to be donated to a charitable cause. That cause being me. I'm the cause.
not sponsored.
Yeah. So another thing happened is that somebody died. I mean, there were a few people that died, you know, America. But somebody, I guess, who meant something died. I'm not really going to go into detail about that, but over the past week, there was things that I've seen that I am not privy of at all. And the biggest thing is that black people keep taking this fucking high road. And this is what today is actually going to be about. Black people, I'm not focused on white people. They're white, but they're going to do whatever they want to. I'm not focused on people of the other hue. That's not my business. Latino people, Hispanic people, that's also not my business. That's whatever y'all feel is what y'all feel. Black people, one more set of people. Coons. I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all can go dance for Pappy and all that stuff. I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all could go tap dance and do whatever y'all want to. Black people specifically who are blackity black. I don't understand why we have this habit of taking the fucking high road for everything. It shouldn't be our job to take the fucking high road for everything. It's getting to a point where it's like, why are we doing it? Like, why? Like, why are we so goddamn forgiving? Why are we so willing to be the bigger person? And why do we keep using Christianity as a thing to say, oh yeah, you know, we just have to take the higher ground because, you know, we have love in our soul and forgiveness in our soul. Why is that okay? Like, I'm a little confused by that. Don't you think?
I mean, for me, what I think is I can't glorify murder, but at the same time, I have to acknowledge what certain people will say and have said and done during their lifetime. And just because I don't condone the idea of murder, I can't suddenly say that I'm supportive of anyone who was like actively trying to do harm to our community with their words. Like, I think that is something that should be acknowledged, whether said person is alive or dead.
Yeah, so let's really dive deep into like the history, because like this high road mentality, it didn't come out of nowhere. You know, during slavery, like Christianity was weaponized, and like it just kept black folks like docile, like really, really docile if you think about it. Like, it's always this turn the other cheek. Your reward is in heaven. Don't fight back. When they go low, we go high mentality. And this is the problem. These things are not about faith. It's really showing more so control if we think about it. Like, why must we be willing to go to these lengths? We can go to the civil rights era, right? When Martin Luther King was speaking, like when he preached nonviolence. But people forget his goal wasn't to protect white comfort. Like, we keep forgetting that. Yes, he wanted peace for everyone and he wanted equality for everyone. But the whole thing is that he wanted to expose America's hypocrisy to the world. Like, the big problem with that is that black people, you know, they took it as, yo, you know, let's be forgiving. Let's look at everything they've put us through, from the slavery days and Tulsa and Black Wall Street and everything these people have burned down for us. And we'll take the higher ground because we're better than that. We're absolutely wholeheartedly better than that. Nigga, I am not better than that. I am not better than that whatsoever. I am my mother's child, but my mother ain't me and I ain't her. She could be forgiven. I ain't so fucking forgiven. I niggas need to stop with this attitude about, oh yeah, well, we have to seek peace and we want this. Why? The shit that keeps happening to us is showing us that when we keep peace, shit doesn't work well. And guess what? During the pandemic, it really showed that when you turn to another way, you gotta force people to see the shit that they really doing. Let's talk about it. George Floyd situation, right? We saw the video. It was not friendly. It was not for the faint at heart. We saw it. We saw what was happening, and it got tiring. It got tiring. How many times do we have to go through this? A Trayvon Martin, a George Floyd, a Sandra Bland. How many times do we have to go through this to like really, really be pissed the fuck off? There was literally lynchings last week. Guess what? The media's not talking about that. They talking about this goddamn freaking baby fucking face in the ass nigga who is dead. Like, that's who they talking about. And I could give a fucks about somebody like that because he is truly, truly somebody that didn't want to see black people exist. He didn't want nothing for us. So why the fuck am I taking the high road? Why are we taking the high road? Because guess what? You know what's the funny thing about everything? The shit that's happening is he got killed by another white person, and guess who's getting the blame?
And they were so quick. People were so quick to do that. There was no suspect. There was no suspect even being considered before people were saying it was black people who did this. It was trans people. It was gay people. They were like, I do believe a lot of people are like, oh, it's his death is being politicized. I don't think anyone politicized it harder or faster than Trump's administration.
Yeah, I don't even like to say that nigga name on here. We either bleep that nigga name out or we call him Orange Face. So yeah, I'm being real with you. They will use us and abuse us till we have nothing left. And let's look at it from a psychological point. If black people, and I really want you to really, really think about it, aren't you tired? Aren't you fed up? Aren't you tired of being used as the scapegoat for every fucking thing in the world? We get blamed for every fucking thing that got absolutely nothing to do with us. Why? Because we look at shit and we go, oh, well, that's fucked up. But that ain't my goddamn problem. And look at you, dead, fucking dead. What do you want me to do about that? What do you want me to partake with that information? I just look at it and go, well, if you was a racist fuck, you could tell me I shouldn't celebrate, but I'm gonna celebrate all the fuck I want to, because if you are a racist, bigot, fascist, fuck of a person, I don't give a shit how much people feelings are hurt. Fuck your feelings, because I continuously have to go through this shit nonetheless. We as black people have to go through this shit, and we have to sit there and be angry and be frustrated and be tired and be annoyed at every single thing that keeps happening that has nothing to do with us. Why? Because y'all mad. What you mad at? What you mad because you can't be us? You can't be this melanin? What? You can't be this good looking? What? Because you pale and the sun doesn't like your ass? Like, what you mad at? And black people, most importantly, what the fuck are y'all joining in on this shit for? Why? Why are you joining in? Taking the high ground? Why? Why are you joining in on this shit? You not tired? Y'all not, no, seriously, y'all not tired of this shit? Y'all not tired of being tired? Like, and it's just, God is with us. God is one with us, and we just speak to the Lord. I need to ask y'all a serious question. Do you think that God is okay with what is happening in this world? Do you think that God is okay with you taking the whippings for shit that has nothing to do with you. This is literally, without it being slavery, it feels like slavery. We getting whooped for nothing. Whooped, chastised, dragged around, lead astray for what? Like, why? Why is this okay? Like, I will never understand why we are so comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, why are we comfortable with that? Why do we have to be okay with the fact that, a good example, if we just minding our business and we're just going to sit at a seat, somebody just moves their bag. Not for the fact that it's shit's in the way, it's in the fact that they're afraid of us. Like, what? Nigga, I don't want your goddamn raggedy ass shit. I got my own shit. Like, and then I gotta look there and just ignore it like everything's okay. Is it? It's not. We should be accepted just as much as anybody. Because we done went through the worst shit more than anybody. And I have to emphasize that. And we are accepting of stupid fucking ways. The fuckery. We're just okay with fuckery. Why? Like, we really need to get our heads out of our asses. It's so disgusting. It's disgusting. I love being black, but for some reason, I really like, there's some people that like literally you look at and you go, why the fuck are you here? Like, why? Why do you exist? Stop with this nice guy, oh yeah, you know, I'm just a bigger person type shit. Like, why? I'm not trying to be a bigger man for nothing. Why? Be the bigger person. Kiss my ass. Why? Why is it okay that I have to be the bigger person? How about you just do the right shit so that I don't have to be the bigger person? Make sense. Be a human being and make fucking logical sense. These other people, they never gonna learn. So you gotta make them fucking learn. And that's where the problem lies, is that we don't want to make these motherfuckers learn. We want them to just let shit pass and think it's okay. And that's why we keep ending up at square one all over again. We're always going to end up at square one because we don't keep pushing. We don't push the envelope. Push that shit. Push it. Step on it if you fucking have to. That's my problem. Like, I can't sit here and act like everything's all fucking okay. I'm not happy with what I've been seeing out of people. I am proud of those people who did not take higher ground. I'm so glad. Talk your shit. You earned the right. We earned that right to talk our shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about nobody's feelings. Boo-hoo. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. Like, you want to be hurt? You gonna be hurt. You be all right. Brush that shit off. Niggas die every day, B. You be all right. Like, I don't like this shit. This shit frustrated me. I was so disappointed in certain people. Cause it's just like, whatever how you feel, you know, he was a human. And you know, humans deserve that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. If there was a black person in front of my face that said that shit in front of my face, I personally would tell them, I feel like I wouldn't do it, but I would tell them, I feel like slapping the shit out of you. And I don't care if you're Christian. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if anything. If you would have said those words to me in the house of the Lord, I would have said, I feel like slapping the shit out you. Because you guys use God as a clutch for everything. Certain black people like to use God as a clutch. And that's not okay by any means. Stop using God as a clutch. You still are a human being and you still have to be able to come up with your own goddamn thoughts. Like, using God as a clutch is not good. Because if God was to see you today taking the lashes that you've been taking, do you really think he'd be okay with that? Like, the way y'all use God, like, it makes people who are non-believers seem more logical every day. Like, yeah, and that sounds harsh. It sounds harsh as shit to say. But the way y'all use God as a crutch is highly impossible to deal with. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. Like, I'm not surprised at all. And you know what's the funny part about taking the higher road? Is like, it doesn't actually mean that it's like changing any power structure at all. It just maintains the same exact shit. It just says, yeah, we'll take the higher ground, but then the same shit that happened before is going to happen again. We're going to just take shit, eat shit, and just deal with it. And it's really, really pathetic when you think about it. Like, when we let people off the hook, it gives oppressors more reason to do shit. Like, if we have a wound and it's open and we just let that shit pass, we don't bother it, you know, oppressors have the power to just put their finger and jam it in the wound. Just keep on jamming it in the wound. And no matter how forgiving we are, they're just going to keep jamming it until they put a fucking full hole in the goddamn arm. Like, it's really disgusting when you think about it.
My thoughts on it are, me personally, do I condone the taking of another life? No, just because of what that does to me personally. Now, with that being said, I acknowledge that this is a man who, if it was somebody that looked like us, right, he would have a lot to say. Would he be taking the high road on that? No, not at all. Historically, he has not done that. So this is someone where, do I think a lot of the discourse that he has espoused over the years have done a lot of damage to us as a community? So do I condone death? No. Do I think like his discourse was in any way healthy to us as a community? No. Like, he's not someone I'm mourning, even if I don't condone his death.
I like that you keep it that way. I like how you keep it like a little PG because you don't want to piss a lot of black people off because you haven't said anything about them specifically. But I understand why. Because you're focused on the man himself. But regardless of if it's the man himself or the shit that happens after his death, this shit is ongoing. This is not nothing new. This is not something that just started literally 2 weeks ago. This is a constant thing. When we go through the worst of the worst, black people are all too fucking forgiveness. And you know what the craziest thing about life is that black justice is praised less than black forgiveness. If black people forgive, everybody's, oh yeah, I give you credit. But black justice, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Why are you trying to fight the good fight? Why not? Why the fuck am I not trying to fight the good fight? Are you not tired? Are you not fed up? Are you not sick of feeling how you're feeling? I'm a little confused how we keep getting into these conflicted situations. And the funny thing about the high road especially is that we are so willing to be forgiving, to keep white comfort intact. You know what we do for ourselves? We delay our fucking freedom. Don't you think? I know it's hard. It's hard. Now, I will say also that if you said nothing, if you absolutely said nothing about the situation and you just kind of stayed out of it because it ain't your goddamn fight, you're not wrong. There are two types of people that I don't mind. People who decided, fuck it, I'm not taking the high road. I'm going to say what the fuck I feel like. Fuck it. I don't care. Boo-hoo. Or the people who just said, this ain't my fucking fight. This ain't my fucking fight. That's a white problem. That is not my problem. They can say what they want to, but guess whose problem that's not? That's not my problem. I have my own community to focus on. And like, it's just, It's really sad.
Can we say it's not our problem though? Because if they choose to make it our problem, which they did before there was even any suspect being named.
Yeah, they was. You know what they was hoping? Yeah, that's true. They was hoping that it was a blackie. And it was, we was hoping for the darkies.
And the fact that it wasn't changed nothing.
Exactly. That's the funny part about it. It changed nothing at all. That's crazy if you think about it. Like, seriously think about it. They literally saw that it was a white person and literally still blamed us. And we literally just have to look up and wave our arms like, come on, bro. What the fuck? Like, why? You already knew this shit was going to happen. They was going to find, and they find any kind of way to mix that shit, to stir the pot. So that for some reason, we get blamed for it. I don't know how. I don't know how we ended up here, but it happens. And we just have to look and say, well, that's life, man. That's what it is. Like, this high road shit. This high road shit is it gets tiring. It's just, it's not right. It's really not. And I'll say this, like, the high road is not liberation. It's a leash. It really is. Black people have been told for generations to be the big person, to forgive, to rise above, I guess. But the question is, who does that really serve at the end? Not us, not I, not you, not black people at all. Every time we swallow our anger and just, just let it breathe and let it pass. What's the end result? Like, what does it really serve us? Like, yeah, the high road sounds noble as fuck. It really does. But it keeps us stuck in survival mode. Like, I don't really want to take the high road anymore. I actually don't ever take the high road. I'm not one of these people. I'm not so forgiving. I'm literally, I'm not one of these niggas. Like, I'm really one. And let me say this, right? And I need to say this properly. You have to know what that means if you're taking the high road, right? If you're taking the high road, it must be to strategize to make sure you're in a better place. If you're not taking the high road to become a better person, to make sure that you are ideally fixing issues, then you're not doing anything. You're just ignoring the problem, and you will constantly ignore the problem.
I'm stewing on that personally, I gotta say. I'm stewing on that concept personally.
Why are you stewing on it?
Because it does make sense. I'm someone who just in general in life is taking the high road on a lot of things. And now, so the way you're framing that for me, that makes sense in a way that's challenging. It's challenging to the way I've lived life up until this point, but it makes sense in a way I have to live life moving forward. Yeah. You hear that?
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna hit you with it. What's the number one thing that black people take a high road at a lot? A lot. The number one thing black people do when they have to take the high road?
Is it police brutality?
Nope. That's one, but where it really starts and the craziest part is.
What is it?
Work, your jobs, your careers, and all that stuff. Taking the high road. Because, if a black person raised their voice, what's the favorite line? What's the favorite line?
Yeah, it is funny though, because there was a guy I used to work with who he did not give a fuck about that. Like, he knew what people would call him. He could not have cared less.
But what's the favorite thing that people love to say when shit is wrong? And you raise your voice a little bit. What's the favorite thing they like to say?
They're crazy. They're being combative. Not a team player.
Nope. There's one word. Particularly for some reason, black women face this a lot. Aggressive. All of a sudden, when you raise your voice a little bit. Especially a black person, not a white person, but especially a white person. Oh my God, you're being so aggressive. You're being so aggressive. And you got to sit back and take a second, because then you have other people, black people around you, and say, yo, don't even do it to yourself. Don't even do it to yourself. Why? Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to feel like I must lower my standard because your white guilt tells you otherwise? Like, that's some bullshit. That's some true bullshit. And I'll tell you this much, couldn't be me. I'm not taking the high road. That the minute that was to put on me, I go the fuck off. And I'll tell you the truth, I have gone off. So there was one time I was at work. This woman was white. She was Hispanic. But she was just saying something, and she kept on going off. And then she said something to me that was highly offensive. And I was just like, and I went the fuck off. Luckily, I didn't lose my job, but I went off. I was like, who the fuck are you? I don't give a fuck how old you are, how long you've been here. I don't know why you think you could talk to people the way you talk to, and just because you have a lower voice and because you're a little annoyed. I don't give a fuck. We all annoyed. It's hot. We don't want to deal with certain shit that we have to deal with on a daily basis. But how fucking dare you talk to me or anybody how the fuck you talking to? I got fed up. Yo, I had that lady crying. I was suspended. But I didn't apologize. I definitely didn't apologize. You know why? Because why the fuck do I need to apologize for something that I really don't feel bad for? I know what I did. I know exactly why I did it. I'm not stupid. I'm not, oh yeah. Like, I should be apologetic for the shit that I actually give a shit about. I'm not going to be apologetic for being a black man, minding his business and trying to do his fucking work. Not doing it. Like, right now, nowadays, I'll tell you this much. It's hard when you're in certain situations, in certain circumstances. And my work situation is cool. And I will never say anything about my work situation, because my work situation is good. So I don't really have those problems. And luckily, I don't have to worry about that. Now, there's reasons why things are the way they are. And that's mainly because you kind of reach to a point, which eventually I'll talk about with the workplace stuff. Like, eventually when it comes to workplace stuff, you got to just know that work is work. Got to do what you got to do, and you got to go home, right? And doing what you got to do is not taking a high road. It's not the high road situation. It's a lot different. Those are two different entities. I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's not necessarily the same. So I will say that that's a big one for black people. If you ask them what the number one thing is, they'll say work. The high ground, the high road is work. It's work stuff. It's work stuff all the time. And it's tough. It's tough because it's like you got to get paid. You got to make your money. And that's why, like, I really encourage black people, I will tell you this much, to make sure that, like, yo, you be on top of your shit for work. Make sure you get your money as any way you can, because eventually when they don't like you, they will show their ass and show you that. They'll like you for a season. And then they will cause terror on you for a reason. And that reason is this. They not gonna say otherwise, but it's really that. So yeah, that's where I am with certain things. I will say this as well, because I did say this point earlier about Black justice and Black forgiveness, how they're not intertwined well. So what I will say is this. It's crazy how forgiveness is always demanded from us, but justice isn't. Nobody takes accountability except us. We have to take accountability for shit that isn't even on us. It's on everybody else. Nobody else wants to take accountability because we don't allow them to. Matter of fact, it's not that we don't allow them to. is that we don't make them. We don't make them. We don't make them take accountability for their actions. I learned that always in life, that every accountability should have an action as well. The problem is those two things don't intertwine. Certain people could say sorry and that's it. Fuck that. I need to see more. I need to see better. Especially from us, is that we just expect that we get an apology and that's it. Or we have to apologize and that's it. It's not right at all. Like, especially in our community, right? When we think about it, why is it that we have to forgive somebody's actions? Why is it that forgiveness is always, always, always demanded, but accountability is not delivered from them, right? You really got to think about it. Like, really think about it. Like, when a police officer kills an unarmed black man, right? Or an unarmed black woman, why is it that media has a big thing? Do you forgive them? Do you forgive the officer? I'm sorry, what? Why the fuck are you asking me a stupid question like that? A black man or a black woman is dead, and their family has to just forgive a police officer or forgive the people of the lighter hue that caused the killing. And we just have to sit there. We have to sit there and say, God is with us, and, we'll turn the other cheek. We will forgive you. I'm not forgiving shit. I'm not forgetting shit. And unless justice is served, I will never be that fucking forgiving. Like, why is it that this keeps happening? Shit needs to change. When it comes to certain shit, yeah, we're going to keep dogging. Like, when shit happens to the most terrible people, yeah, we're going to dog it. We're going to act like assholes. We're going to act like assholes. Do you know why? Because we keep facing the same shit for innocent ass people. Innocent people who don't deserve it. They get shitted on. They get trashed on. They get fucking made fun of. There was a whole fucking challenge about fucking George Floyd by these fucking goofy ass people of the lighter hue. And you want me to just not give you the same fucking energy that you've been giving us? Nah, we're gonna give you it 10 times over because you fucking deserve it. Why? Shit, I give a fuck. Oh, he has a wife and kids. Why do I care about that? Y'all didn't give a shit about Trayvon Martin. No, that wasn't a thought to y'all. Y'all didn't give a fuck about the goddamn 2 people that was just hung 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I bet you guys don't talk about that. But no, we have to forgive. We have to just say, he's with God now, because he was a Christian man. Christian man. I don't give a fuck if he was a Christian man. I really don't. And I don't give a fuck if you Christian in general. If you are evil, you are evil. If you are racist, you are racist. I've said this already before, but I'm going to keep on repeating it so that people can get it. If you are an evil fuck, you are an evil fuck. And I am not that fucking forgiving on evil fucks. I'm not at all. If you are a racist, if you are a fascist, if you are a pedophile, if you are a rapist, if you are a sexist, I really, really don't give a fuck about you. If you are a homophobe, transphobe, all the fucking phobias in the world, well, not all the phobias, but a decent amount of phobias that don't need to be fucking phobias, because Here's a phobia that people don't want to say. Here's a real one. Let's stop calling it racism. Let's call it for what it is. It's not racism, people. It's called negrophobia. These white people are afraid of us. Don't know what the fuck we did to make them afraid of us, but it's negrophobia. I don't know if it's a word or not, but that's what the fuck it is. Like, let's call it for what the fuck it is. Y'all niggas is afraid of us. I don't know what the fuck we did to make y'all afraid of us, but y'all are afraid of us. And then if y'all give us a bullshit reason, it's like, oh, because y'all do this and you guys are thugs. Because that's another word y'all like to use, thugs, right? That's everybody's favorite word. Oh, he's a thug and all this shit. Yeah, you want to understand how the fuck we got here. You see, what happens is the system. I know people don't like that shit. System, right? The system puts us in a situation where we have no choice. It's fight or flight for us. Now, some people are able to overcome and be better and try to help those in those communities, but others don't have that, and they become what the system wants them to be, what the system builds them to be. You see, the system builds for negativity in the Black community. Let's just call it for what the fuck it is. And that's what makes them run. You see, because if the Black community fixed their shit and we was all on one accord, the system would find a way to try to burn us down at every little sense they have. Because that's what it does. That's the reality, right? And I'm kind of getting off topic. I know I'm getting off a little bit off topic because I'm really, really still upset with a lot of Black folk. But I just wanted to mention that the system will always try to keep us down. We will have to overcome. And I know it's not an easy task, Black people. I really, really know it's not, but I really need you guys to come to your senses. Black church ain't always going to do it, baby. The reverend ain't always going to be able to do it. And the donations to the church ain't always going to be able to do it. The donations to the community will. You coming out to the community and you spreading that good word and working together. Unity, Black people. That is another important word. When we're all on the same page, nobody can stop us. Nobody. I really truly forget this. But that's a whole different thing for another day. I really will get into that. But I need to get into this. So, yeah, I think that we need to not be so fucking forgiving. Because at the end of the day, what does it do for us? What does being so forgiving do for us? What does it do? Does it make us feel better when we still have to worry about other shit that's going on and worry about all the shit that we still have to go through on a daily basis? Like, what is forgiving doing? I can forgive my mother and my brother, but I cannot forgive people who keep trying to destroy the house that my mother and my brothers built. My brothers, and my sisters built. How can I be so fucking forgiving? And when I'm not forgiving, I'm angry. And they call us angry. They call us angry for everything. Because we speak up. Because we have passion for what we believe in. They call us angry. They call us pro-Black folk because we just speak in our mind. Just the way Shitty Point USA wants to. They're allowed to say their point of views. Why? Because that's the right way, I guess. Right way, right wing. You see how those two click? Forget what I said. Yeah, so it's funny how they can say what they want to, but a Black man who is going to tell you, who's going to pinpoint the shit in front of you, what the fuck it is, if I say it, it's wrong. I should never say it. I should just never, ever say those things. Because why? Because I'm Black? Because you can't think of anything else. Not because I'm angry, because I'm Black. Because if white people do it, And they do it. They face turn red. They start spitting and all that shit. Like it just comes to shit. And that's okay. That shit is totally fucking fine. But if I raise my voice like this, oh, it's a problem. If I speak the way that I'm speaking right now, well, that's a problem. If I say what's truly on my mind after all the shit that keeps happening to us, I just gotta say cool. And I gotta say, you know what? It is what it is, right? Nah, bro. That's not what it is. I am who I am, and I'm not gonna be that forgiving. And you know what that means? That means it comes with the fucking territory. That's literally what the fuck that means. I know I just added that in there. I just wanted to be witty. Anyway, so yeah, I'm angry. Goddamn right, I'm angry. But that's a human emotion because I'm angry about dealing with the shit that we have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm angry with the fact that black people are okay with the way we keep getting treated. I'm angry with how black people keep treating one another. And that's a whole thing in itself. We gotta do better, but we also gotta look at somebody and say, nah, let that nigga say what he wanna feel. If he is upset, he got all rights to feel. That's the one big problem. When everybody gets upset, when they gotta get some shit off their chest, you know the first thing everybody's saying, yo, you gotta calm them down. You gotta calm them down. Why am I fucking calming anybody down? That shit happened to me recently. Yo, you gotta talk to them. So calm them down. Why the fuck should I do that? Why do I need to do that? I don't need to do that shit. Let them niggas get that shit off their chest because they goddamn fed up. They fed the fuck up about the shit that keeps happening. Why? Why am I okay with that? Like, it's so crazy. Why is black anger seen as dangerous? But when white anger happens, it's seen as courageous. It's seen as strength. It's seen as honor. That is such bullshit. It's not that our anger is dangerous. It's honest. It's warranted. It's very, very much warranted. It's human. Anger is human. Rage. It's a human emotion. I don't understand why we're not allowed to do it. And I'm going to be real with you. Anger itself, it is the best way to show injustice in the times that we're living in. Anger is what really, really shows the passion that we have for the bullshit that we're not okay with, that we're not willing to tolerate. And yeah, liberation is messy. It's loud, and it's unapologetic. But let's be real. It's time to be not so polite about it. Time to be a little more angry. I think that black people need to stop. Stop taking the high road so much. It's not healthy. It's not. It's we're sucking it in. We're sucking it in, and we're dealing with that stress, and we're dealing with that anguish. And I know that behind the scenes of everybody being so forgiving, there's tears, there's pain, there's suffering that they don't want to say out loud because they will be looked at as something else. And I will end with this. The high road has been survival, but it's not liberation. It kept us alive, but it kept us in this small box. So guess what? When it's in that small box, the oppressor he just stays comfortable and comfortable with saying or doing whatever they please. And we've been told before to rise above the hate, rise above the anger, and rise above the racism, the fascism, everything. Just rise above it. Michelle Obama, you know her favorite line, as I said it before, when they go low, we go high. But what has that really done for us in the end? The high road was never built for us. It was built to control us. And if we really want freedom, we can't keep walking the high road. We got to walk on our own. And with that being said, I would like to thank Amir for being behind the mic. This one I know was a touchy subject, but
this was a lot to reflect on personally. I don't know. It was a lot to think about for me personally, professionally, all that. So couldn't give you too much back and forth on this one. It was very internalized. So.
Yeah, man. I think some of these discussions have to be talked about. I think that playing it safe is not always the best thing to do. I think that being black has to mean that you have to be a little more unapologetic about things. I think sometimes feelings are going to get hurt, but I don't give a fuck if your feelings are hurt. Why should I? And yeah, with that being said, I don't know what's about to happen. This is about to be a little chaotic. Regardless of what, I still spread one last message. Black people, even though we have to do better for ourselves, I think the other part of it is we have to start loving ourselves a lot more and appreciating ourselves a lot more and do things to make ourselves better. Because whether we like it or not, hell's coming. We got to be prepared. Everybody else is preparing for what's about to happen, and we're so unprepared. It's time for us to get our heads out of our asses and get shit straight. I've been Rasan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again for watching. It comes with the territory. Bye.